Well, I think it's fairly obvious that a party leader who fails to get elected in 2 consecutive elections will be challenged by his members. They have no choice but to begin to wonder whether they have the right skipper to bring this ship into the heart.
He called me a has-been. In Le Devoir, of all places. I won't put up with it.
I can't believe Sharon would say that. I don't understand.
You really love this guy, don't you? He's so good looking. Burns sat around his pool all summer plotting against me. He had them all come by. Henri, Harel, Bizarion, Laurent. In swimsuits, no less, just to make sure they're not outdated.
Calm down, René.
Sometimes I envy Parizeau's short fuse. He didn't give an inch.
He didn't get elected either.
When they tried to blame our 73 defeat on his year 1 budget, he didn't mince words. When he's unhappy, he gets the hell out. But I have to listen to everybody. Good day, gentlemen.
You're right when you say the PQ has no team spirit. It's because we don't have a leader.
I offered you my seat. We asked you to run, to sit in the National Assembly, and you didn't want to.
You promised to come to our caucus meeting in Quebec City, and you never showed up.
Please, gentlemen.
Look, Mr. Bizarion, I do what I think is best for the party.
Your job is to rally the troops, and you're not doing it.
Tell him what you think, Claude.
Mr. Levesque, the youth no longer follow you.
I don't know about that. Anyway, there's no reason to wound me in public.
I've advised 4 premiers in my career. I can tell you, Mr. Levesque, you're the only person seated at this table who has the moral and political stature to govern Quebec.
Exaggerating.
You want my head, you buggers? Is that what you want? Well, come and get it on the convention floor in November.
Victoria failed because Trudeau put unacceptable conditions on the table.
He couldn't stand that we use our veto.
If he wanted me to sign, he should have shown a little respect. I'll never let him patriate the Constitution without my consent, and neither will Quebecers. He just gave me the pretext I need for an election.
With these rumors of scandals, the James Bay cost overruns, the Olympic deficit.
We have 97 members. The PQ only has 6. They don't stand a chance.
If you're looking for a reason why the Victoria talks fail, look no further than some of my provincial colleagues. I don't need the Queen or Prime Minister Harold Wilson or the Pope or Robert Bourassa to bring home our 1867 Constitution and modernize it.
You blame Premier Bourassa for the failure of the talks?
When he talks about modernizing the Constitution, Trudeau scares me. That's where things get slippery.
Division of power between the feds and the provinces isn't what he wants. What he wants is to entrench his Charter of Rights in the Constitution.
Obviously, we have to stop him.
Well, I agree, but I don't see how. With all the squabbling going on in the party, you're in no position.
In any case, if they're waiting to get me at the convention, they'll know I mean to do some housekeeping.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Are the oysters good?
Yeah.
I prefer Malbec, but René, he swears by the caraquette.
They're the best. Tastier.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind one. Here.
Anyway, with all the Tabasco sauce you put on yours, they could be earthworms. You wouldn't tell the difference.
I hope you're not suggesting that René is being less than truthful.
Oh, I wouldn't dare.
Don't forget, I'm from the Gaspé.
Bonsoir. Un moment. René, it's the Premier's office. Mr. Bourassa wants to talk to you.
I'll take it in the study.
Call at this hour and at home can only mean one thing.
An election, November 15th.
Well, that's in a month. You won't be ready.
Neither will they.
Well, that's ironic. Trudeau, in his obsession with patriating the Constitution, has just saved your leadership.
Imagine, just a month ago, your own gang wanted to throw you overboard.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Liberals will harp on the lack of unity in our party. They'll say, look at that bunch of idiots. Separatists, fanatics.
Yeah, but we have to stick to our game plan. Can't go off course.
All we are proposing, Mr. Levesque, is good government. No more skullduggery.
Next time we'll choose a country by referendum.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. One thing at a time.
Oh, I pass. When are we leaving?
The Canadian club is at noon. We're running a bit late, but it should be okay. And at 4 o'clock, it's the Jewish community in Côte-Saint-Luc.
Crop poll just came out. We're at 42%.
You know what I think of your bloody polls, Monsieur Carpentier?
Yes!
Give me a minute, I need some cigarettes.
Wait, I'll go with you.
No, it's okay.
I'm not a separatist, Mr. Levesque, but I'll never vote for Bourassa. The English can't stand his goddamn Bill 22.
Yeah, I heard you were ready to lynch him at Pierre.
Well, yeah, it was lucky that his bodyguard was there to push him into his limo.
Well, one thing I can tell you, we're dead set against language tests in Bill 22 that they're giving immigrant children to see if they speak English. That's discrimination, and we'll have none of it.
Oh, well, good. But don't expect me to vote for you either, Mr. Levesque. I mean, the English like you fine, but it's too bad you're a separatist.
Too bad. Thank you. See you.
For God's sake, Mr. Levesque, what are you doing here?
Well, the same as you, madam, taking public transport.
I can't imagine Mr. Bourassa taking the metro.
This time of day, it's faster than driving across the bridge. Are you just starting your day too?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, go ahead.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have money? Oh.
Can't believe it. Hey, Rene. What happened to your bodyguards?
Don't have any. I leave them to Mr. Bourassa.
If we say no to your referendum, are you really going to accept that?
We'll have to, won't we?
Good luck.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Don't worry, Mr. Levesque. You'll win the election.
You think so? Well, yes, maybe. Bourassa is stronger than me on the economy. He has all kinds of degrees.
Yeah, but most Quebecers don't. He completely loses them when he starts using his jargon.
You completely lose me when you start giving me advice on everything. We should have this debate on television, not radio.
René, you must speak with your heart. He speaks with his head.
Still, it's unbelievable that Radio-Canada is boycotting the debate. I worked for them long enough.
Hey, it'll be fine.
Jean-Claude?
Mr. Levesque.
Monsieur Bourassa, let's face the facts. 6 Quebecers out of 10 barely earn the minimum wage.
The 1973 oil crisis increased unemployment in every country.
1 family out of 4 lives below the poverty line.
Imagine if we were separated. It would be much worse.
We can't do worse. You didn't even go to Ottawa to get the money that's due to us.
Gentlemen, if you please, let's move on to the constitutional issue. Mr. Premier.
Mr. Levesque, are you a separatist, yes or no?
I don't like the word separatist, which you, on the other hand, seem to adore, Mr. Bourassa, judging by the way you brandish it. There's never been any question of separating Quebec from North America. What we propose is an association with the rest of Canada.
But there are many uncertainties with separation. Economically, it's dangerous.
I am for independence because it's necessary. Quebecers are just as smart as anyone else.
You can't throw the population into such an adventure.
Listen, when Quebecers choose sovereignty, they'll do so democratically through a referendum without hostility.
And if your referendum is no, what if you lose? Would you accept federalism?
Obviously. I'm a Democrat. I'm not gonna force people.
When he got on to separatism, it was to avoid talking about the scandals.
You should have attacked the financing of the Liberal Party.
The Olympic deficit. His wife, who got over $1 million in government contracts, made his brother-in-law minister.
Money is pouring in the Liberal Party's coffers, and nobody knows where it comes from. Shameful. Mr. Levesque, you're too nice.
It's fine to be democratic, but...
Gossip in the press doesn't interest me. It's yellow journalism.
No, it's not. It's politics.
Oh, that's it. Can't you stop? Could we move on to something else?
One of our priorities will be to review the Election Act and the financing of political parties. We'll also review Bill 22, which is a bunch of hypocritical hogwash. While it makes French the official language, in the same breath, it does as much for English. And I'm not even going to mention agriculture, which needs a complete overhaul, and car insurance, which half the lawyers in the province live off.
Following more comments on the PQ and its leader, Lemelin wonders whether it's preferable to survive with pangs in the throat, but still breathing within Canadian federalism, rather than be strangled brutally by a limping Quebec socialism. We can be good Quebecers, says
Morning.
Lemelin, without being Péquiste. The political
Where's
duty
Corinne?
of good Quebec
In the shower.
point out the dangers facing our economic system that has contributed to our survival as a French people. Yes, says Lemelin. Voters are torn because they're forced to choose between the foreign status quo or brave searching their way aboard the European-style social democratic function to run states like that.
US's popularity is plummeting. Well, they have nothing to offer anyways.
People are the dummies. And what do the polls say?
Oh, you believe in them now?
I believe in them if you tell me they're good.
Well, they are. Wherever you go, you get a huge welcome. Doesn't that tell you something? We don't have candidates. We have stars. Okay, time to go. Miss Gravel is waiting for us.
Will you at least let me take a shower?
Yeah, that's me.
Who are we? Where do we come from? there's a distinct Quebec soul, impossible to deny. It has an outward appearance, a material foundation, the climate, the soil, where from generation to generation, millions of people have followed each other for 368 years. If its past is one of the factors that make up the soul of a people, the other is its present. That is, for today's Quebecers, whatever their ethnic origin, their desire to live together and to fulfill their legacy. But the most important factor for the future of Quebec is you. Never forget that the future comes fast, and change is the only thing that works. Change should be the perpetual motto of your generation.
Radio-Canada is projecting a PQ victory. And it's a majority!
I need your help.
What is it?
I don't have a speech. I wrote one in case we were crushed. Another, the defeat was honorable, but I don't have anything for a victory. Come.
You have just unlocked the door to our future! Here is Rene Levesque!
One in Quebec City!
Oh, really? Orange with us!
Against Jean Marchand! Who would have thought? Good work, very good. Marc-André Bédard est sweet in Chicoutimi!
Ah, ça c'est vraiment I didn't have time to see much of you during the campaign, but congratulations, you were an outstanding candidate. I never thought I could be as proud to be a Québécois as I am tonight. We are not a small people. We are perhaps something like a great people. Hi, it's Rene Levesque. Did I wake you up? Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. I can call you back. Thank you. I need your help. The financial markets will open in a few hours, and they might be tempted to organize a flight of capital and destabilize my government. Could you reassure them? Thank you very much. Roland Giraud, the boss of Hydro-Québec. He's the one who went to New York with Parizeau to borrow money when we nationalized electricity. He's a financier, but he's okay.
You're already at work.
Mr. Levesque?
Thank you.
Bravo! Bravo! Bravo!
But remember, 40.4% of the vote means that 6 Quebecers out of 10 did not vote for us. Now the real work begins. Let's go.
All right.
The markets are stable.
Good.
The financial rout the Federalists predicted did not happen.
That's good news.
Congratulations are coming in from all over the world.
Can I see that?
Yeah, criticism too, but...
A press release from Moscow says it's the victory of a petit bourgeois party.
Why petit?
I will never negotiate the partition of Canada.
Minister of State for Economic Development. With or without signing power?
Without. It'll be a collegial cabinet.
Come on, Mr. Levesque. I know how government works. What will your poor Minister of State for Economic Development do when confronted by the Minister of Finance? If he can't sign, he won't have any power. He'll spend his whole time begging.
What you're saying is that you'd like to have more responsibilities.
I don't want to be the minister's chaplain. That's what I'm saying.
What's clear is that Parizeau wants to hold the purse strings. And I don't object to that.
Well, let's give him all three departments. Finance, Treasury Bond, Revenue.
Monsieur Boivin, your opinion. Can that be done?
Yeah, for sure. Well, Mr. Parizeau is the man for it. But it means 2 fewer cabinet seats. We have to find something for Marc-André Bédard, Jacques-Yvon Morin, and Madame Payette.
That's a problem. They're all outstanding.
And we have Laurent.
Dr. Camille.
Yep.
So he says to me, I suppose you don't mind becoming Minister of Intergovernmental Affairs. Well, I accepted.
Yeah, you bet. Well, burns at election law reform. I can't get over it. You wanted justice.
And Madame Payette at car insurance.
Yeah.
Happy, gentlemen? Claude? You're next. Hmm?
Damn it, you gave me agriculture. He wants me to change everything. I can't even tell the difference between a cucumber plant and a tomato plant. Damn.
I've always respected those who fight for their ideas, even at my expense. Six years as a parliamentarian, that's more than just about every member of my cabinet. Claude, I've decided to trust you, despite everything. High Commissioner for Youth, Sports and Leisure, Minister of State.
Thank you, Mr. Levesque. Thank you.
Excuse me. Thank you. Premier Levesque.
Yes?
Jacques Vallée, Chief of Protocol.
Oh, nice meeting you.
It is an honor to welcome you to the Red Room to rehearse the swearing-in ceremony.
I have a crazy schedule. Do we absolutely need to rehearse?
First, Mr. Premier, let me rid you of this. As the new Premier of Quebec, the image you project is very important.
Hello, I'm Corinne Côté. Where do I go?
Ah, yes, Miss Côté. I'll be frank with you. It's a little delicate. Etiquette forbids,
Mistresses?
That is correct, yes, that is correct. Mistresses cannot, well, in official ceremonies, you cannot be in evidence. Oh, Mr. Laurier.
Would you like it if I hid you under a rock every time we went out?
That's protocol. If I'd heard Vallée say that...
Yeah, the worst is he's right. Our situation doesn't make sense.
Oh, come on, it's not that bad.
You don't see the looks I get, huh? You don't hear the gossip. People say I'm incompetent, that I'm there just because I sleep with you. Ask Louise for a divorce. You see her twice a year, the children even less. Seems to me it's the least you can do.
You're right. It's the least I can do.
Give me a light.
Of course. Wait a second. Sorry. I, Rene Levesque, 23rd Premier of the Province of Quebec, swear loyalty to Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, in accordance with the law.
Please.
Come on, this is ridiculous.
Please. Gentlemen! Gentlemen, please!
There are women at this table, too.
Sorry, Madame Payette. Ladies and gentlemen, please! The Liberals left the public finances in a lamentable state. Raising taxes is out of the question.
I asked Mr. Parizeau to cut $200 million from the budget. The Olympic deficit alone stands at $1.2 billion. Landry.
Yes, but what are we going to do? You gave me economic development. Without money, what do I develop?
The New York credit rating agencies were patient with Mr. Bourassa, but they'll be much less patient with us.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. We'll keep kowtowing to Wall Street.
The road to independence is built on sound finances. Miss Côté, how does my schedule look? I have some shopping to do, presents to buy.
Well, I don't think you can squeeze in the shopping.
What have I got?
A meeting, you're already late. Mr. Premier, do you have any plans for Christmas?
No. I'd like to be surprised. Anything, anywhere, as long as it's near the ocean. Okay, I gotta go.
Your daughter Suzanne phoned. I think she wanted to talk to you.
Oh, great.
I think she misses you.
Yeah, well, since I became premier, we've hardly seen each other.
Well, I've invited her for dinner on Sunday.
Good idea. How is she? What did she say?
Honey, she's your daughter. There are things a girl will only tell her father.
I'll call her. Thank you very much, Miss Gouty. Something to eat? No? Oh, would you like something to eat?
And so do you.
Sweet. Have you seen Karine? Beautiful, as usual.
As usual. Enjoying yourself?
Comes to the rescue.
René.
Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Grateful. As I was saying before, it's not that they're not nice, but they're bodyguards. Yes.
And by definition, a bodyguard is a pain.
Oh,
Not
come
bodyguards?
No, but in Quebec City, we're never, ever alone.
Never.
Since officially I'm only René's secretary, well, the poor guys feel obliged to look the other way 3/4 of the time.
Don't tell me they sleep in front of your bedroom door.
Close enough.
Try it once.
Fortunately, we have weekends in Montreal.
And then they leave us alone.
Are you scared going out alone?
Of course not. In spite of what my friend Trudeau says, we're not in Chile.
Forget terrorists. I don't know, a crank, a madman, one of Bronfman's friends.
You should watch out.
Sorry. I'm happy we came.
Yeah, I'm having a good time. Now, shall we go home?
Not now.
I can't wait to be alone with you.
I know, but I'm hungry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
This is the last time. I don't want to see you again.
Monsieur Marin, you know perfectly well that's not how it works, right?
What were you and Michaud talking about?
Trudeau's on the warpath and my divorce from Louise.
What?
I didn't tell you that? It's all settled. We can get married.
René?
Jesus!
Are you all right?
He's in shock, but I don't think he drank. He doesn't smell like anything.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Are you okay, Monsieur Levesque? Please, come with me to the car. We're gonna take care of him.
You want me to make you some tea? Run a hot bath? You should sleep. I'll give you something.
I don't want any sedatives. No, I don't want to sleep.
What can I do?
Nothing. I wish I could go back in time.
Allô?
Alice? It's René.
René?
Were you sleeping?
Well, yes, I was sleeping. What is it?
I had some bad luck.
What is it?
I hit a man with my car.
What happened?
There was a guy trying to flag me down. He wanted to warn me there was a man lying in the street. I didn't get it. I killed the man, Alice. I killed him. Probably a reporter.
Honey, there's no point of replaying it over and over again. It wasn't your fault.
I should have seen him.
He was lying in the street. It was night. Nobody could have seen him.
I should have. I'll never forgive myself. Poor devil. I don't want to see anybody. I said I don't want to see anybody. I don't need a shrink.
I'm a doctor. Instead of treating bodies, I treat souls. It's just as valuable.
I'm sorry. With everything that's happened, I haven't slept much. breaks my heart, but I've decided to resign. You think I'm wrong? No. You think I should resign then?
No.
Hell, you must have an opinion.
I think that after such a shock, it's normal to consider resigning.
You look good in that one.
Personal secretary.
You've been together for 7 years. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's the same for him. Life goes on.
He's in the living room.
Thanks. You'll never guess. They came to my house to measure your glass. They have God knows how many witnesses. It was an accident, Rene. You couldn't avoid him.
I'm in the wrong anyway.
He was already dead for all we know.
I'm supposed to wear glasses when I drive. I didn't.
Ah, I see. You really want to be guilty. It's almost as if it happened on purpose. If they wanted to trap you, that's exactly what they would have done.
Come on.
You should read what Trudeau is saying about independence to your journalist friends in New York. He called our plan for independence a crime against humanity.
He said that? Bloody outrageous.
Rene, honestly, you look like hell.
Chief Coroner Maurice Laniel has ruled that Premier Rene Levesque could not be held criminally responsible for the death of Mr. Edgar Trottier after a car accident February 6th.
Everybody's on your side. We know it's not your fault.
Mr. Levesque, I'd like to introduce you to...
Jean-Guy, your driver.
From the Sûreté du Québec?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Levesque, all heads of government have drivers.
It's a bit ridiculous. The Sûreté du Québec was watching me during the October crisis. For them, the PQ is a den of terrorists.
Don't let us down, Mr. Levesque.
Thank you.
We are on your side. It was an accident.
Thank you very much. Monsieur Guérin, right?
Mm-hmm.
You play cards, Mr. Guérin?
Of course. Poker, blackjack, bridge, cribbage.
Poker would do just fine.
You know, I've been a psychiatrist for years, and I've come to the conclusion that French-speaking Quebecers suffer from an identity problem. It's a social heritage. The only way to solve the problem is collective psychotherapy.
Dr. Laurent, I merely asked you for a reform of Bill 22.
All right, then I'll put it another way. 80% of the population, we know that, speaks French. It is not normal that the other 20% should force English on us as an official language.
As a language of work, you mean?
No, I'm talking about the official language. Mr. Levesque, a people's language is a language they speak at work.
Wait, French and English are already Quebec's official languages.
Mr. Levesque, what Dr. Laurent is proposing is that French become Quebec's sole official language.
We're not gonna rob Peter to pay Paul.
That isn't the point. Of the 100 largest corporations in Quebec, only 13 use French as the language of work. It's intolerable. It has to change.
As Democrats, you don't take away rights, you give more.
Mr. Levesque, we hear there's bickering over the language bill in cabinet.
We tabled the new Election Act. Has anybody read it? Mr. Burns proposes to abolish slush funds. That will change the way we do politics in Quebec. It won't necessarily be the one with the most money who wins anymore.
That should help your referendum.
All in due time. All in due time. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, please.
In 1975, the Brits held a referendum on entry into the common market. I want to draw on their model.
Yeah, drawing on the mother of Parliament. Good move.
Exactly. Well, shut up everyone who thinks our project is undemocratic.
So we agreed, Mr. Burns. You and Louis Bernard go to London and see how they pulled it off. All that's left is the wording of the question.
I think we should consider several options. There's sovereignty, but there's association. Let's take our time to explain the question.
And add to the confusion? No. We ask a short and clear question. Do you want Quebec to become a sovereign state, period?
Absolutely.
225 articles. You're building a paper wall around Quebec, Dr. Laurier.
Believe me, they're all necessary. There are things we have to impose to protect the language.
It's too extensive, too authoritarian.
And we must stop apologizing for who we are.
We can promote French without encroaching on the rights of the English.
I understand.
It's a sign of powerlessness and inferiority to more or less condemn English in the long term.
Mr. Levesque.
Thank you.
English represents the Almighty Father we need to kill in order to exist.
Good God, Dr. Laurent. We want to put the entire province on the couch?
80% of the population speaks French, and you're telling me that it's not enough to make it the first language.
We don't want to be the next Louisiana. We agree on that. But some sections are unconstitutional. French only in the National Assembly and in the courts, that won't wash. We'll find ourselves in court.
Well, that will prove that Quebecers are not free to use their own language at home if the Supreme Court strikes down the law. If we have a language, we will have a country.
We asked Le Devoir publisher Claude Ryan to comment on Bill 101, the proposed language law.
I believe the prohibition of English on signs infringes basic freedoms more than is justified by the cause it seeks to serve. Despite the good intentions of Premier Levesque's government, this language bill is one of the most constricting straitjackets.
His reaction is a little excessive, don't you think?
Ryan's upset. Neither Laurent nor I asked his opinion. Boissa consulted him all the time, even on the color of his socks. But Ryan's right. The bill's excessive.
Are you serious? Or you're just saying that? So it'll look to the English like you understand them and share their grievances.
I love you.
Don't change the subject. Answer me.
Corner pizzerias. Small businesses. Shops with only 5 employees. We have to give them time.
No matter who's at fault, all bodily injuries in car accidents will be compensated. Courts are no longer involved.
What an amazing feat. Despite the powerful insurance lobby, you've brought car insurance under state control.
would like to thank my colleague, Mr. Parizeau. Although he comes from a prominent insurance family, his discretion throughout this affair was exemplary. I really appreciate it.
Good. I would also like...
Excuse me, sir, I wasn't finished.
Oh.
I would like to tell you about my grandmother. She used to say Quebecers have plenty of heart, but no memory. I propose we change the motto on our license plates.
La belle province? What do you want to change it to?
Je me souviens.
Very good. Excellent. I think we owe your grandmother one.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening. Good work, Mrs. Payne.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Levesque, can I see you for a second? It's kind of touchy. I don't quite know how to put this.
The straight line, Mr. Moy. The shortest distance between 2 points is still the straight line.
Yeah. The RCMP is spying on us. Did you know?
You read too many spy novels, Mr. Moy.
No, but Mr. Levesque.
Oh, come on, fairy tales, Mr. Moy. If the Mounties decide to kidnap me, let me know so I have time to buy cigarettes.
Mr. Levesque, you wanted to see me. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were alone. Your secretary is not here.
No problem, we're finished here.
Oh.
The majority in cabinet supports Dr. Laurier.
Well, you know, that's democracy too.
Yeah, I can't cut myself off from my troops, and I cannot put myself in a minority within cabinet.
No, the timing wouldn't be great.
And I must admit, Dr. Laurier has done his homework.
Yes, it's true. It's better. It's more, well, less absolute.
But it's still not perfect. Except we need this law. And it's true that if we allow immigrants to choose, they'll all go to English schools and become anglicized. In the end, we'll become the minority. Okay, I'm with you. We'll pass this bill. Miss Payette.
Hello.
What do you think of the right to choose an abortion?
I think it would be a major step forward for women, and we should legislate on the matter.
Dr. Morgenthaler seems convinced.
There's been a lot of back alley butchers. Women have died.
I'm uncomfortable talking about abortion when we no longer have as many children. Quebec needs a pro-birth policy.
Mr. Levesque, there's no cause and effect between abortion and the plunging birth rate. They are different issues and have to be treated separately.
Morgenthaler was in the camps. He's a Holocaust survivor. He says it was his mother's love that enabled them to survive. He says a woman who doesn't feel ready to give such love should be given a choice. I'm bloody cold.
According to our treaty rights, half of Quebec and part of the United States belong to us.
Go tell President Carter that. The reality is you have a right of occupancy, just like Montrealers occupy the island of Montreal and Gaspésians the Gaspé. If you don't accept that at the beginning, we'll have a hard time talking.
The problem is the Federal Indian Act. It doesn't work. They don't want to listen to us.
That sounds familiar. Usually, governments only speak to the First Nations when there's a crisis. There's not one now. If we look to the future, we need you as much as you need us. We need you for Quebec's development. On this basis, we can build an association that respects everybody's identity and aspirations. Call it what you will. Sovereignty, autonomy, as long as you respect the laws of Quebec and don't try to redraw the map. We can work together. I go fishing, but I find it tedious. Besides, I never catch anything.
Yeah, salmon's different. And they bite all the time.
Sounds like another fish story.
Can we interview him? Or is he booked with Conrad Siwi all day?
He's coming. I reserved some time for you.
How much more time is this going to take?
But what are we talking about?
I've got to tell you the truth. Gutting a fish makes me sick. I just can't do it.
Don't worry about it.
Here he comes.
Mr. Siwi.
Mr. Siwi. Mr. Siwi.
Do you think your relationship will be different with Mr. Levesque?
It's already different.
How?
First, because the little white chief has taken an interest in us since his days in the Lesage government. Could have given the file to somebody else. Another difference is Premier Levesque is the only politician in Canada who doesn't speak with a forked tongue. But the real difference is that he doesn't see us as a community. He sees us as a nation.
My daughter could have picked someone a lot younger and more handsome than you.
Dad.
But you have guts. And the important thing is that she's happy, isn't it?
No, don't worry. He won't give me any trouble.
There they are. There they are.
Mr. Levesque, why did you keep your wedding secret?
I didn't hide anything. I just didn't want to bother you.
Can you take the bride in your arms, Mr. Levesque?
A little embarrassing.
Put your arm around her waist. A little kiss.
Let's not go overboard. Okay, thank you. Too late.
A referendum during springtime is too late. We should call it sooner. In the fall. Let's take advantage of Clark's inexperience, a minority government on top of that.
I would give the man a chance. Mr. Clark is new to his office. Let's see what he has to say, and we'll take it from there.
I agree. A referendum this fall is definitely too early.
As you know, Mr. Levesque, in politics, 6 months is an eternity.
Yeah. We're going to have more problems with the civil service. More strikes.
That'll be settled. I'll take care of it.
What we propose is radical. We must give Quebecers time to think.
And the opposition time to prepare?
We could win through clever moves and pressure tactics. But in my opinion, it would not be a legitimate victory. Call me naive if you want. But the referendum will take place in the spring.
Mr.
Mr. Levesque.
Maman. It's me. It's René.
Alice, you knew that she had lost a baby in childbirth before I was born.
No.
That's not true. I was a replacement baby. She had me to help her forget the other. And all I did was disappoint her.
Oh, come on, René.
You think she was too shy to tell me? I disappointed her when I gave up the law. I disappointed her when I left Lesage to join the independence movement, you remember? I disappointed her when I left Louise. I disappointed her my entire life.
She was very demanding with all four of us.
She always thought Fernand was the best looking, André the nicest, and you the most intelligent. I could have made up for it by seeing her more often. But even there I failed.
Honey, stop.
Stop.
The referendum is severely testing Premier Levesque's favorable bias toward trade unions. More concerned with their material welfare than referendum results, public employees are torpedoing his campaign.
Half of my budget goes to pay the salaries of public employees, and they want more.
I feel so sorry for them. They're paid more than in the private sector, and they're still grumbling.
They want to derail our wage policy. They're ready to bring 250,000 people onto the street. They didn't even bother to have the membership vote on our offer. We're gonna need special legislation.
We don't have a choice. It looks like we were right to defer the referendum until spring.
In mid-afternoon, about 100 demonstrators managed to force their way into the National Assembly and headed for the balcony. But they were repelled by security guards. There were irritated throats and a few windows were smashed, but nobody was injured. Public employees remain a long way from a settlement of their collective agreement.
Yes, maybe, but their strategy stinks. They want to make the torture last until the referendum. They think we'll buy peace to get the 250,000 votes. These last few weeks are the saddest, most distressing spectacle I've seen in a long time. It's not as if they were frontline workers, like nurses or teachers striking for something that matters. No, they're pencil pushers we've deprived of a day off for the Quebec Carnival. Let's be serious. I'll get even with them bunch of bastards.
You're right. Go to sleep, René. There's nothing you can do. There was no other solution.
I can't get it out of my head. I just suspended the right to strike of 250,000 workers. Just like that. A special law, a signature.
Only suspended their right to strike for a month. To force them to vote on your offer. It's not the end of the world. What's the problem?
I went through the producer's strike at Radio-Canada. And now I suspend the right to strike.
René, you have to sleep. We have to sleep. Let it go, please.
I'm sorry. I'll make myself a hot toddy. It always works.
Mr. Levesque, Joe Clark's government just fell. There will be a federal election. And Mr. Trudeau has just announced that he is returning to lead his party in the next election campaign.
I can't believe Trudeau will come back.
Well, they have nobody else.
Yeah, but we're stuck fighting him. Have you seen Mr. Parizeau? The government of Quebec has made public its proposal to negotiate a new agreement with the rest of Canada based on the equality of nations. This agreement would enable Quebec to acquire the exclusive power to make its laws, levy its taxes, and establish relations abroad, in other words, sovereignty. And at the same time, to maintain with Canada an economic association, including a common currency. No change in political status resulting from these negotiations will be effected without approval by the people through another referendum. On these terms, do you give the government of Quebec the mandate to negotiate the proposed agreement between Quebec and Canada? In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, I would add, by answering yes to this question, the citizens of Quebec will have the opportunity to take a great step forward, which is always the case with movements in the direction of responsibility and liberty. The question is not that important. It's the goal that matters. We're gambling our future.
No. The question is supremely important.
Sovereignty is the power to legislate, raise taxes, and conduct foreign relations. We agree on that.
Yeah.
In the question, we state that for the association, the government promises to consult the population a second time, once the agreement was otherwise negotiated.
It won't work. We are not going to have two referendums. It gives the impression that we are scared. Over the years, we've come from independence to sovereignty association. Now, if we win the referendum, we'll have to hold another one. We keep retreating rather than going forward.
This is one of those basic situations where we must ensure that the people are with us every step of the way. The government cannot flout the people.
Personally, Mr. Levesque, I never believed we needed to hold a referendum before declaring independence in the first place. Good night.
The referendum is a fraud. Order. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Levesque's government is lying to its fellow citizens.
Of course, with you it's always over the top.
Lying to its fellow citizens when it tells them an independent Quebec is economically viable.
It's a fact. It's a fact. It's true.
The Premier is an imposter.
Oh, there we go. It's completely out of control.
Who's putting the welfare and the safety of the most vulnerable in our province in peril. With him, Quebec is on the road to becoming another Cuba.
We keep scoring points. Ryan didn't take the debate seriously. You'll see, the no camp will fall flat on its face.
Claude Ryan looks like a parish priest. He's falling apart. He's not convincing. He's not prepared to defend the no.
If we want to get to the people, we have to go over his head.
Or convince him to invite us to the party.
One way or another, we have to move now.
Quebecers have the right to know what they're getting into if they vote for Levesque's plan.
Ce n'est qu'un début, continuons le combat. 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 Ce n'est qu'un début.
That we'll be back at the negotiation table on Tuesday or Wednesday. Let me finish, please. We'll try as hard as we can to break the deadlock. But 2 months before a referendum that concerns all Quebecers, I don't think all your shouting does anyone any good. Now, if you want to keep it up, keep this up. I'm sorry, I'm very busy. I have better things to do. Hi.
Good morning, Mr. Levesque.
Oh, Mr. Parizeau. Listen, the unions should just calm down.
We've settled with everyone, except the teachers, but they're running out of steam.
It doesn't look like it. Hand it quickly. I don't want this on the landscape during the referendum campaign.
It's as good as done.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning. The no camp is panicking, and we're going up. With the support of Frédéric Biron, of l'Union Nationale, and Fabien Roy, of le Crédit Social.
We stay on course and we stay positive.
Félix Leclerc, Gilles Vigneault, Sol, Yvon Deschamps, Pauline Julien. I'm telling you, when all these people stand up to say yes.
The spring looks promising, doesn't it?
Yep. See you later.
See you later.
Mr. Speaker, some say I'm Canadian first, Quebecers second. Well, we can be Quebecers second. We are what we are, just Quebecers. Huh? And the other just Canadians. Two different people with different languages and different cultures.
Mr. Speaker, during the October crisis, they scared us. They threw us in jail. I had to bury in my garden a piece of film shot by my son because it showed an FLQ member. I refuse to live in a country that imprisons my friends and forces me to hide my books and my films.
La souveraineté, pour moi, je m'en fous comme d'engrand. Si la souveraineté ne veut pas dire pour moi plus d'indépendance, plus de richesse et plus de liberté. La souveraineté, ça n'a de valeur que dans la mesure où ça nous donne plus de richesse.
We are told we can't afford to be independent. We are too small. Our living standard will fall. Have you taken a good look at Quebec? 3 times as big as France. The world's largest producer of electricity. Huge forest and mineral resources. A modern, educated, and rich society. With a net worth of hundreds of billions. Should this society be afraid to manage its entire budget instead of just half of it?
My father called yesterday. He said he feels a real enthusiasm all around the lake. For the first time, we have a majority for the yes. 3% for our country. I've never seen so much discipline and spirit among our troops.
In the history of nations, as in the lives of individuals, decisive moments arise. And now, we, Quebecers, have arrived at a decisive moment. For the first time in our history, we have the opportunity to decide on our own, collectively, what we want to be, and to decide on our own which direction we want to take for the future. We, Quebecers, what are our chances of growing and blossoming?
Femmes du pays, c'est votre tour de vous laisser parler d'amour. Femmes du pays, c'est votre tour de vous laisser parler d'amour.
You know what this is? This is what we still use in our schools to teach children French. Little Yves who sweep the floor and wash the dishes. Claude Ryan is the kind of man I hate. Because he would love to see Yvettes all over Quebec. He's married to an Yvette.
Vous savez, des Yvettes, même si on est des femmes à notre foyer qui éduquent nos enfants, on n'est pas des innocentes.
Votre génération, vous, ils n'ont jamais fait d'erreur. Quand on a de la peine dans quelque chose. L'investissement au Québec, c'est partout ailleurs. Déjà, il y en a qui vont se faire.
Mr. Levesque, I made a mistake. I will resign.
Out of the question. We're in the middle of a campaign. It just slipped out. It happens to everyone.
It didn't just slip out. I truly meant what I said. But I regret the consequences of my words.
Anyway, it's done. Well, I think you owe Mrs. Ryan an apology. And there it will end.
When the Yvettes are on the march, watch out.
What's happening here tonight is every political strategist's dream. Organizers of the event had reserved 4,000 seats at a Montreal hotel, but demand was so strong they had to move to the Forum. Tonight, a crowd of 14,000 Yvettes is assembled in support of the No Committee.
Some people worry about what will happen to social programs, family allowance, old age pension.
Oh, there are no limits. Their entire campaign boils down to one word: fear.
C'est un appel à peine voilé à la violence, en même temps que c'est du chantage et de la menace.
After the debate, we were winning. Now, a month later, we're in a free fall.
The feds have spent millions, an orgy of illegal expenses, and to hell with the Referendum Act.
Some say they won't get their checks if Quebec becomes independent. They will. It just won't be in Canadian dollars.
Have you heard the latest?
It will be in PQ, Pièce of Quebec.
Mexico has its peso. Now Quebec will have its pariso.
Morale is down. I've never seen so many discouraged activists. Our polls don't look very good.
Okay. Let's not give in to panic.
Nobody's panicking.
No, but we have to be realistic. It's one calamity after another.
You sound like we've already lost.
I'm just a realist, that's all.
Well, thank God Mr. Levesque is not as pessimistic as you are.
Anyhow, it's too late to back down. But it's true that it's not going to be smooth sailing.
Mr. Levesque, we will win this referendum. We will. Yes.
A no to Sovereignty Association will be interpreted as a yes to renewed federalism. We promise change. We stake our seats on that promise. And we will not stop until it is done.
Mr. Trudeau wants us to believe that after a no, he will do what he failed to do despite 12 years as head of the government. How can we take this commitment to reform the Constitution seriously when just Mr. 5 days Germain, ago, please turn it off. he asked the... I can't bear to listen to myself anymore. I sound like a broken record. It's okay, Mr. Germain, thank you.
Are you going to sleep with your clothes on? I don't know how you do it.
Me neither.
They're going to kill you, René.
Oui, 1 350 385 votes. Non, 1 956 734 votes. Le pourcentage du oui est 40,8 et du non 59.
– 59% voted no. I can't believe it. It's like we haven't moved a step forward in 4 years. At least, do we have a majority among francophones?
Only 15 ridings voted yes.
And now, the chairman of the Yes Committee, Premier Rene Levesque, is entering the stage of the Paul Sauvé Arena.
If I understand you well, you're saying until next time.